Hello, this is a gait analysis of my own running form, and it shows some of the elements of the ChiRunning form, but also some improvements that I need to be making. And so just the idea of that progress, not perfection, and that we're all making gradual progress. Even as an instructor, I got to keep learning and working on these things. And anyway, I just wanted to take a quick video of myself and show you kind of what I've got going on here. So in general, you can see, and I'm just going to run it through. You can kind of hear me running, so I like to do that first. And you kind of hear some scuffing of the ground. I would like that to be a little quieter. Of course, I just did this with little to no warm-up, so it's just a good start to go, but it's a good thing to kind of look at. One other thing I like to look at is just generally how the lean is. So basically, let me go back to that original frame here. Roughly where the knees are together, which we call mid-stance, you can see my right knee dips down a little bit lower than my left knee, so I can see that my hips are probably dropping a bit, and that's something I need to work on to get my core a little bit more activated. But in general, there's a nice forward lean. And so, I draw a line roughly from the ear to the ankle, and you can see that line from the ear to the ankle, roughly, it goes right through the hip. So pretty good, you can tell that there's a lean, that the lean is being used to help propel me forward. I look at my chin and my face, I'm looking straight ahead. I probably should be tucking my chin down a little bit more, a little bit taller through the back part of my head. That'll create a little more length, a little bit more opening up of the lungs, and allow me to fall forward a little bit easier. And so that looks pretty good. My elbows are swinging to the rear. You can see my elbows are going back. Hard to see where my hand position is, but it looks like I might be kind of going across my body just a tiny bit. I want to kind of show you here, though, when I'm in mid stance, pretty good alignment. But when I come here, you can tell I'm pushing off that back foot a little bit. So you can tell I'm using that back leg to do some propulsion to get myself forward. Now, I am a faster runner, so sometimes that kind of is the tendency for me to do. One thing I would work on is to get the knee bending drill to get that forward lean to be my propulsion primarily. So that's what's one thing I need to work on, is lifting up the feet instead of pushing off as little as possible. Otherwise, it looks like a good parallel shin to the ground. You kind of see here this parallel shin to the ground. Looks pretty good at that mid stance. But when I fly into here, I can see, that shin is at an angle that's a little bit off. It's kind of coming in at this angle. Also, you might see that the inside of my foot's showing, so I'm inverting a bit. So something to kind of work on is to keep myself stable and looking straight ahead, find that line that's working for me. And then when I land, I'm kind of on the heel a bit, but really I come in and recover pretty well, that shin is going pretty vertical as I land, which is ideal. What we try to do is get that foot underneath us a little better, so we allow ourselves to fall forward a bit. So overall, I have to say I did pretty well, but I can see some things I need to continue to work on, which is always the case. You can see also the swing forward face, so we want more circular pattern of that foot to come up and kind of create this circular pattern. If I clear that, you can see that the pattern is more or less a pendulum. So we're trying to decrease that ability by doing, like I said, that knee bending drill, working on lifting and peeling the heel. That will allow me to kind of create that alignment, so my feet are not taking as much impact, and I'm allowing to fall forward nice and easy instead of kicking that leg out in front of me. So see some things to improve upon. There's always things to work on. I feel like every time I teach it, I get better and better at it, and that's the whole idea of ChiRunning, is just gradual progress. Keep working on these things, and it gets better with direct practice and mindful practice of the things that you're trying to focus on. So just focus on one thing at a time, and it really helps you kind of cement in those habits, and then it becomes a little bit easier as you layer on different habits. So hopefully this was helpful, and we all have things to improve upon, and that's the key, is just to keep getting better day by day. All right, thank you so much.